Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do Shingeki no Kyojin / Attack on Titan episode 16 review. That is 1/6. So, this episode of Shingeki no Kyojin is all talking. It's all exposition. But there is... animation was, of course, okay. Actually, animation at one point in time was actually like very nice. And that was... that point where we see all the other trainees leave. As we see Jean, Sasha, and Coney as they are having these internal monologues and they're trying to reinforce themselves to either like stay or leave. And they wind up staying. And like Sasha's crying, that one girl, I forgot her name, the girl who's next to the short blonde girl who's always near Ymir, she's crying. It's like Coney's like, fuck it, man, it's over. It's over. I'm here. Fuck it, man. Game over. But like the one scene where we see like all these people, like the main cast, and they are standing there, and we see the people walking by them, almost in the same fashion as a river goes around the rock. It's like very smooth motion, how they're just going around them. But where they're facing, like when the place where Commander Irvin is like a light. It's like a shining, glowing light. And basically, like, it's very symbolic in a way. Because we see these people and they're walking away from the light. And we have Jean. He already made the decision pre-hand when he saw the burning of the corpses. And how he couldn't distinguish, and this is very important, he couldn't distinguish the bones of Marco from the people who are, you know, the other corpses that are there. And right then and there, he makes that decision to join the Survey Corps. But here, it's almost like he's fighting the tide. You feel me? It's like the people are the tide. They are the river. And he's fighting that tide to reach a greater goal. And that greater goal is the light. And the only way they can reach that goal is by staying there and joining the Survey Corps. So, like, it's very symbolic in nature, the way that scene was animated. So animation overall, I thought was very well done, pretty good. When it came to story progression, there's a lot, because now we're seeing, now they're finally going to leave. They're finally going to leave. They're going to go outside the wall, because now we see that the rookies are there, and they spent, I think they spent like a month after that devising this plan and memorizing these routines, where they're going to have like these, where they're going to have all the members of the Survey Corps in like a certain pattern, and then they're going to emulate this same pattern when they try and go to the location where Eren's basement is. Furthermore, there is the story progression in which we actually have the reuniting of most of the main cast. Of course, Marco is dead. I believe they're all there. Well, like aside from the ones that died, like pre-hand, like the top 10. Except for because Marco died. No, and Annie. Annie, she also left. She actually joined the military corps. In fact, there was some talking pre-hand to all this, where Armin is talking to Annie, saying how she acts like a good person, and Annie's like, well, even though you're weak, you know, you're actually very brave, very courageous. And she was talking to Coney too, and Coney, he was saying, are you going to join the Survey Corps, or are you going to go join the military corps? And then she was saying how, well, why don't you make your own decision? Like, if someone were to tell you to die, would you die? And he's like, no. So there's also talk pre-hand when they were trying to investigate who was the person that killed the 2 Titans earlier. And how when and we have Armin saying how killing those Titans was a huge blow for humanity. Because those Titans were test subjects, and they needed those Titans. So when they killed them, even though it could have been for revenge, even though it could have been for personal grudge or hatred, they dealt a blow to humanity. And so like that was in contrast to what a few guys said earlier than that, where some of these guys are saying, is it really like that big of a crime killing a Titan? So, but yeah, so like those also talk pre-hand, and the main thing now is that they have joined the Survey Corps. They are now feathers of the wings of freedom. You feel me? That's right. Yeah. They're feathers in the wings of freedom. And now they're going outside the wall, and they're going to try and take another step forward for humanity. And the goal now, right now, is to get into that basement and to find out clues about the Titans. And that's very important because they need to win. They had their first victory, and they want to keep it going. And the victories, this first victory was mainly by the garrison and the survey corps. The military police fucked up, all right. But now that there's a goal at hand, they want to try and reach that goal. They want to try and get to the because remember, the War Maria, the shitty, I think no, the town I think is called Gigantia or something of that nature, and it's outside of War Maria. It's one of the outside towns of War Maria, but they need to take back War Maria. Then they need to take back that particular town, and then they can go inside the basement. Because there's like a big-ass boulder on top of the actual house. But I believe the basement's still intact. So that's the goal right now. And Eren understands that. And in fact, there's one also last important thing when it came to exposition talking. And that was when we have Jean. And he's talking to Mikasa and Eren and Armin. And we have the rest of the cast, they're standing there, like they're listening in. And basically, what's very important about this dialogue is Jean is notifying Eren and Mikasa, mainly them two, that we're not just going to sit here and die for Eren. We just can't do that, alright? There has to be some reward. And they're putting all their faith and trust in Eren because Eren, he's the only person, he's the only thing that can go Titan. He's unique. Jean can't go Titan. Coney can't go Titan. Only Eren. So now the problem here is that they've decided to join the Survey Corps. They decided to give their heart to humanity, which is actually like the main thing about their symbol. I mean, like the salute, because like when they do the salute thing. And by the way, I notice how I'm wearing green, and like their overcoats are green with the fucking. Yo, I need a jacket like that. I want a jacket where I can have like the wings of free. Yo, I need to find one, like legit. But the thing about it is that when it comes to this particular notion of okay, so we're doing this and we're joining the Survey Corps. We're trying to benefit humanity, but the main reason why we're doing this is because of you, and you gave us our first victory. We won because of you, and without you, we wouldn't have won. So we're here to not only assist you, but also to make sure that there's some kind of reward out of this. And they're not all like Mikasa, and they just can't die for her. And, I mean, is there anything else, really, when it comes to talking? Oh, one last thing, yeah. One last thing. That's right. We have Commander Irvin, he's talking to all the other trainees. He's actually laying down all these, like, specific things about the basement, about Eren Yeager in Titan form. I mean, they all know about that, but, you know, he's just reiterating it. But then he reveals a lot of secrets. Like, he reveals their plans and elaborate and what they're going to do. He reveals that 30% of them will probably die in the first fucking year. And how most of them will die by 4 years. And how if you survive those 4 years, you will be a very high-class soldier with a high survival rate. And he's laying out all these specific things. And Armin, he's deducing, why on earth did this guy say this stuff? Unless there's a deeper meaning. Unless he's planning something. Unless he sees something that we don't. And he does. There is something about, and it was even reiterated later on in the episode, where we have one of Levi's corpse members. Yeah, one of the Levi corpse members. I think his name is Gunther. Where he was talking to Eren, and he asked Eren, "Do you know what Commander Irvin meant when he said to you when the whole scene where he says, you know, what do you see?" And of course they didn't know. But what Gunther deduced was that Commander Irvin knows something, and he cannot tell or he sees something, or he's planning something. And he cannot tell the regular members of the Survey Corps just yet. Because it's something probably a lot more elaborate. In fact, when we had Mike, where again, last episode, Mike was sniffing him. Well, you know, it sounds kind of weird. But Mike, when he was talking to Commander Irvin, he says, "Can you please take off the mask?" And then Irvin says, "I'll let you know when the time comes." So Gunther and other members of the Survey Corps, and I think also Armin, they're able to deduce they're able to deduce that there's a deeper meaning to this guy, Commander Irvin. There's some veil over him, and they're trying to see through the veil. And it appears that when the time comes, he will unveil the veil. So we'll see where this goes. But the episode overall is just there to, again, solidify that Commander Irvin, he knows something, he sees something, he's planning something, and it's going to hopefully benefit humanity. So that being said, the episode overall, in my opinion, I thought it was actually a pretty good episode. No action, no, all moments, tie-in blood, like Goku power yells, no, none of that stuff. But the thing about it is that the animation, it was there. The pacing, it was there. The story progression, it was there, obviously, because now we're actually leaving, and now we're going into War Maria. So, to try and retake it. So, overall, the episode rating, I'll give it a good. I thought it was a good episode of Attack on Titan, Shingeki no Kyojin. And I'm done. So, King Lightning, be sure to, of course, rate, comment, and subscribe as always. Peace. Have a nice day.